Tyron McAlphin, who is a 34-year-old deaf and disabled man via that of cerebral palsy, was brutally attacked by Arizona police officers in Maricopa County on August 19th as he was walking through a parking lot. Now, I will not show you the video because it is very graphic and I hate it that I have to watch it, but I'll describe it to you. So Tyron was walking through the parking lot, talking on the phone. Now, when you say talking, sounds like it was FaceTime, and he was sign languaging with his wife. Okay, so as he's walking, the police officers drive up on him really quick and they just jump out, right? And so you can see that Tyron was surprised and kind of backed up a little bit, not knowing what's going on, keeping in mind that he is deaf, which means he cannot hear, right? So from that, the police officers grabbed him. There was two of them, punched him in his head a bunch of times and tased him and, handcuffed him and all that. Now, shortly after that, his wife, who he was on the phone with, showed up and said, "Hey, that's my husband. What are you guys doing? He's deaf. He has cerebral palsy and all this other stuff." And it's like, well, he's going to jail. Now, originally, they ran up on him because there was an accusation that he had punched somebody in the head for their bike at Circle K. But it turns out that there was no evidence that he did that, so the charges were dropped. But he is still being charged for assault and resisting arrest. Because the DA says, well, there was probable cause. Well, what do you mean it was probable cause if it wasn't him? If there was no evidence saying that he did any of the things he was accused of at Circle K. So basically what they're saying is, we white and we right. And we're going to make these stick, these being, these false allegations of assault and resisting. Now, mind you, when you watch the video again, he wasn't trying to fight them or resisting. He was surprised, right? Now, imagine not being able to hear, but you see this vehicle come up, and it seems like from the left side, so it just kind of all happened fast. They didn't get out the car and say, "Hey, sir, can we talk to you? There's, been an accusation of however it is." They didn't say nothing to this man. They just jumped out the car and jumped on him. But the DA is going to make the charges stick. They're going to try him. He's got to go to a preliminary hearing in November, then a trial in February. Now, of course, there's a lot of organizations and, people around the neighborhood are trying to get the charges dropped because they're like, this BS. It's BS. The man was minding his business. And they ran up on him. Now, of course, the police there in Maricopa County, which is not a secret that they are very racist, they're saying they're going to stand by their officers because they were just doing their job. Doing their job, huh? Hopping out of a car, not, reading a man his rights, having a civil conversation with him, jumping on him, punching him in his head and tasing him. That's their job. Now, of course, those officers were asked, were you ever trained in how to deal with disabled people before? And they said, oh, well, we don't recall. We don't remember. But it's like, if you were not ever trained, is that how you think you would deal with anybody, even if they're disabled or not? So we're going to see what happens with this case, but something tells me they're going to drop those charges. And the other thing, too, is the Department of Justice, they ruled that the Arizona Police Department is amongst one of the most brutal in the United States of America because that's the kind of stuff they're known for doing, especially to homeless and disabled people. But their police union and their police chief is like, we don't see that they did anything wrong. So let's add this to the list, people. You cannot be deaf while black in America because you may have something like that happen to you. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show.